Sana always thought of herself as playful. She loved making jokes, pulling light-hearted pranks, and teasing her husband, Ian. For 3 years of their marriage, she had kept him laughing with her antics, sometimes silly, sometimes mischievous. But one night, her idea of a joke crossed a line she never saw coming. It was their 3rd wedding anniversary. Ian had planned a simple dinner at home, candles lit on the table, soft music playing, and a home-cooked meal he had prepared himself. Sana appreciated his effort, but she wanted to spice things up. While scrolling through social media earlier that day, she had come across a prank trend where wives pretended they were messaging other men just to see their husbands' reactions. She thought it would be funny, innocent, even, and decided to try it. While Ian was setting the table, she deliberately left her phone unlocked with a fake chat open. She had changed her friend Zora's contact name to My Love Redheart and sent a few playful messages from her own phone. "Can't wait to see you tonight," the chat read. "My husband thinks it's just dinner, he doesn't know what I'm really planning." Sana giggled to herself, imagining Ian's shocked face when he saw it. She excused herself to the kitchen and waited. Minutes later, she heard Ian's chair scrape back. Silence filled the room. When she peeked from the doorway, she saw him holding her phone, his face pale, his jaw clenched. "Sana," he said quietly, "what is this?" She stepped forward, trying to stifle her laughter. "Oh my God, you actually believed it?" "It's just a prank, Ian. Don't look so serious." But Ian didn't smile. He set the phone down carefully on the table, his eyes still fixed on her. "A prank?" His voice trembled, not with anger, but with hurt. "You think pretending to cheat on me is funny?" Her laughter died instantly. "I didn't mean it like that. It's just a trend. People do it all the time. I thought." "You thought what?" His voice rose, breaking the calm. "That it would be hilarious to make me feel like the woman I trusted most was lying to me? On our anniversary?" She had never seen him like this before, his usually warm eyes clouded with disappointment. Sana reached for his hand, but he pulled it away. "Ian, please, it was just a joke. You know I'd never do something like that." He shook his head slowly. "Do I?" Because for a moment, when I saw those words, I believed it. And the pain I felt, I can't explain it to you. Do you know how humiliating it is to think your wife is mocking your love? Her heart sank. She wanted to explain, to beg for forgiveness, but Ian pushed his chair back and stood. "I can't do this, Sana. Not tonight. Not like this." He grabbed his keys and walked out the door. That night became the turning point of their marriage. Ian didn't come home. He didn't answer her calls. The next morning, she found a note on the kitchen counter: "I need space. Don't contact me." At first, Sana thought he'd cool down and return in a few days. But days turned into weeks. He moved out of their apartment and refused to meet her. Friends and family tried to intervene, but Ian only said one thing: trust is fragile. Once broken, it doesn't return the same. Sana replayed that night in her head over and over, cursing herself for her foolishness. What had been meant as a harmless prank had cost her the man who had loved her deeply, who had once cooked her meals, held her through storms, and believed in her loyalty without question. Months passed. She tried writing letters, sending messages, even showing up at his office, but he remained distant. "I don't hate you, Sana," he finally told her once when they accidentally crossed paths. "But I can't be with someone who treats my heart like a toy." Those words haunted her for the rest of the year. Every celebration, Eid, birthdays, holidays, passed in silence and regret. She saw him moving on, focusing on his career, surrounding himself with people who valued him. Meanwhile, she was stuck in the shadow of her own mistake, wondering if one laugh had been worth losing everything. It was almost a year later when she finally gathered the courage to face him properly. She found him sitting in a cafe, reading a book. Her heart raced as she walked up to his table. "Ian," she said softly. He looked up, his expression calm but guarded. "Sana." She swallowed. "I know I don't have the right to disturb you. I needed to say this one last time. That prank, it wasn't just a mistake. It was the worst decision of my life. I hurt you, mocked your love, and I can never take it back. I thought I was being playful, but I destroyed the one thing that mattered, your trust." For the first time, she saw his eyes soften. "I don't expect you to forgive me," she continued, her voice breaking. "But I want you to know that every single day without you has been a punishment I brought upon myself. If I could go back, I'd give anything to erase that night. You were my safe place, Ian, and I ruined it." Ian set his book down and leaned back. He studied her for a long moment before sighing. "Sana, I never stopped caring about you. But I learned something this past year: love without respect and trust isn't love at all. You thought it was just a joke, but for me, it was proof that my heart wasn't safe with you. I can't go back to who I was before that night." Her tears fell, and she nodded, accepting the finality in his voice. She had lost him, not to another woman, not to life's challenges, but to her own careless prank. As she turned to leave, Ian whispered one last line that would echo in her heart forever: "Some things break only once, Sana, but they stay broken forever." And with that, she walked away, carrying the weight of a year's regret, a lifetime's lesson learned too late.